Alright, this is Lee the History Boy, and this is my last video of the day, of the night, of the day as a whole. And this is one I've been sort of kind of working to do, mulling over for a little while. And this is another Ruminations episode. So, those of you who have seen the horror film Fresh, about the charming cannibal who sells the the meat of his victims, girlfriends, whatever you'd like to call it to this kind of cult, kind of cult of rich people. And yeah, in the it goes back and forth every now and again, showing these these creepy rich people, fat guy, an old geezer on a oxygen tent, and some others. But right at the end, kind of in between the credits, it shows a table with the symbol of Baphomet, kind of devil type thing. Sometimes it's the devil, sometimes it's Satan, sometimes it's a relative of Satan. Um, depending on the text and who writes what and what survived into modern day. Baphomet is either the devil or just a separate, like, demon, higher demon type thing. So there seemed to be a bit of like an implication with that. So um, yeah, basically, I'm of the opinion that Fresh deserves some kind of sequel where they delve more into the secret society of people who want to, um, still live in the lap of luxury, but also partake in the depravity of cannibalism. Um, and spoilers for anyone who hasn't. I mean, I've already spoiled it anyway. So, but any of you, this is for people that have seen this, have seen Fresh, um, which I've watched a few times now. It's enjoyable, but it's one of those horror films that I think it definitely deserves a sequel. Same with May, with Angela Bettis and Jeremy Sisto and Anna Faris, and the other guy from Borat, and so on. Um, because this is another spoil. At the end of May, she creates this sort of Frankenstein's monster friend thing that would never leave her, and it's ambiguous whether or not it's alive or it's just in her head. Um, but yeah, yeah, Stephen, the dreamy guy who turns out to be a monster, explains to Noah, Daisy Edgar Jones, the main character who gets roped in by him. Um, Stephen's played brilliantly by Bucky from um, the MCU. Yeah, Sebastian Stan. That's it. Not a bad run for someone who started as a brainwashed, kidnapped kid. Who was brainwashed by a hitman, essentially, in Law and Order. Um, but yeah, he's really good in this, as is, well, everyone is good actually. Um, and yeah, he explains he explains that he wanted to find more, more people who enjoyed cannibalism as much as he did, and he did, and he's working for this secret society of um, rich people who are also fond of cannibalism. So yeah, yeah. What do you think? Do you share the same opinion as me that Fresh deserves some kind of sequel? And how would you go about if you were if anyone who wants to comment, this is for you. How would you go about um, setting out the plot of the sequel? Um, so yeah, let me know what you think in the comments section. Remember to like, subscribe, blah 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 blah. And yeah, this is History Boy signing off.